When you cook at home, you probably reach for one of two bottles: olive oil or vegetable oil. Both look healthy. Both say cholesterol-free. Both are used every day. But here's the confusion. Is olive oil actually better? Or is vegetable oil just as healthy? Today, we're looking only at nutrition data, government guidelines, and real scientific studies to understand what actually separates these two oils. Understanding olive oil and vegetable oil. Olive oil is simple. It's made by pressing olives and extracting their natural fat, especially extra virgin olive oil, which is the least processed type. No heavy refining, no chemical treatment, just mechanical pressing. Vegetable oil, on the other hand, is not just one oil. It's usually a blend of oils from crops like soybean, corn, sunflower, or canola. These oils are commonly refined using heat and filtration to remove smell, color, and flavor. That's why vegetable oil tastes neutral and lasts longer on the shelf. But this processing can also reduce some natural nutrients. So right away, we see one difference. Olive oil is usually less processed. Vegetable oil is usually more refined. Calories in olive oil and vegetable oil. Now here's something many people get wrong. They think one oil has fewer calories. But according to the United States Department of Agriculture, both are almost identical. 1 tablespoon of olive oil and vegetable oil contains 126 calories. Both contain 14 grams fat, 0 protein, 0 carbs, no trans fat. Same calories, same fat amount. So the difference is not how much fat, it's what type of fat. Fats in olive oil and vegetable oil. Fats are not the same. There are 3 main types: saturated fat, linked with higher LDL, bad. Cholesterol, higher LDL increases risk of heart disease. Health guidelines recommend limiting intake. Monounsaturated fat, often heart-friendly. Found in foods like olives and nuts. Polyunsaturated fat, beneficial when replacing saturated fat. Includes omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids. Now let's compare clearly. Olive oil, mostly monounsaturated fat, about 9 to 10 grams per tablespoon. Vegetable oil, mostly polyunsaturated fat, about 5 to 6 grams per tablespoon. Both oils are low in saturated fat, which is important. So neither one is bad. They're just different types of healthy fats. Official guidelines on using olive oil and vegetable oil. The Dietary Guidelines for Americans recommend adding healthful oils to the diet to help support healthy body weight and reduce the risk of heart disease. They also state that saturated fat should be less than 10% of daily calories. For someone eating 2,000 calories a day, that's about 200 calories max from saturated fat. Since both olive oil and vegetable oil are low in saturated fat, both fit these recommendations. Research insights on olive oil and heart health. One large study followed over 90,000 American adults for 24 years. Researchers found something interesting. People who regularly used olive oil had an 18% lower risk of heart disease, better HDL, or good cholesterol levels. This doesn't mean olive oil is magic, but it shows a strong association with heart health. The health considerations of vegetable oil. Vegetable oil also has benefits. Because it's high in polyunsaturated fats, research shows that replacing saturated fats with these fats may improve cholesterol levels and support heart health. But there's one practical consideration. Polyunsaturated fats are more delicate. When exposed to very high heat, they can be less stable, especially if the oil has fewer antioxidants. Some research suggests overheated oils may release unwanted compounds. So how you cook matters just as much as which oil you choose. Practical cooking tips with olive oil and vegetable oil. According to the American Heart Association, healthy cooking habits include: use liquid oils like olive oil or vegetable oil instead of solid fats like butter. Avoid deep frying. Don't use oil that smokes. Don't reuse old oil. Store oils in a cool, dark place. These simple steps protect the oil from breaking down, because even healthy oil can become unhealthy if overheated or reused. Cooking heat and stability of olive oil and vegetable oil. Now, which oil stays safer when heated? When oil gets too hot, something called the smoke point happens. That's the temperature where oil starts to smoke, break down, and degrade. At this point, nutrients decrease, flavor changes, and unwanted compounds can form. So ideally, we want an oil that stays stable before reaching this point. Many people believe olive oil should never be heated, but that's actually a myth. Research shows that extra virgin olive oil is fairly stable for normal home cooking. Why? Because it contains natural antioxidants and polyphenols. These compounds help protect the oil from breaking down during moderate heat. Even though olive oil's smoke point is slightly lower than some refined oils, its antioxidant content helps it stay chemically stable. So for sautéing vegetables, pan cooking, light frying, roasting. Olive oil generally performs well. So here's the easy way to remember it. Olive oil arrow great. For everyday cooking and medium heat. Vegetable oil implies tolerates higher heat, but still shouldn't be overheated. And most importantly, no oil is healthy if it's burned. Temperature control matters more than the brand of oil.